Hello and welcome to another Business Spotlight interview. Today I am joined by Ben Leonard. So Ben, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks, Mark. Thanks for having me on.
Excellent. No, thank you very much for coming along today. I'm really excited about this interview. So tell us first off, what do you do and how long have you been doing it for then, Ben?
Sure. Well, I'm an e-commerce consultant, and I still own e-commerce brands now. I got into e-commerce in 2016. My background before that was quite different. I was an environmental advisor in the oil and gas industry. And then in 2016, I launched a fitness brand called Beast Gear, which turns out I was quite good at e-commerce. I grew that. After 3 years, we were doing about probably $6 million US in annual sales. And I sold that in late 2019. So now I help other people with their e-commerce businesses, and I help others sell their e-commerce businesses with an e-commerce brokerage called Ecom Brokers.
Fantastic, fantastic. Is it quite a big difference then from where you were in oil and gas?
It is quite different. So previously, small cog, huge machine, working for the man, dealing with people higher up the org chart who are probably less qualified than you are and don't appreciate being told that they can't throw chemicals in the sea, uh, to being your own boss and working for you rather than shareholders that you've never met. It's much better.
Excellent, excellent. Yeah, yeah. We find that a lot of business owners who have worked in industries, no matter what it is, yeah, they just want to get a little bit more of control of their life, I suppose. So yeah, was that maybe sort of the influence, I suppose, or what was it that what was the big driver to start your own business and work for yourself then and get away from that oil and gas industry and, as you said, be that cog in the wheel?
Well, I had the idea for the fitness equipment brand in 2012, and I did nothing about it until 2016. Um, I guess because I didn't consider myself an entrepreneur at the time. And then in 2016, I got pretty unwell with a heart problem. I was signed off work, couldn't do my fitness hobbies while I got better, needed something to do. Started the business as a hobby. Turns out I was good at that, so ditched the day job and scaled that business up. So that's kind of there was a like a lot of things, right? Something happens in your life which is a catalyst for change, and that's what happened.
Yeah, yeah. Wow. Of course, a massive, massive event in your life that obviously gave you that sort of spur and driver as you've answered the question. So yeah, totally see that. Um, okay. You sort of talked a little bit about that sort of being that cog in the wheel. Again, I kind of go back to what you're saying in oil and gas. So what are your thoughts on the current employment situation? Perhaps where you are in sort of Aberdeenshire then?
Um, well, the city's been on its knees for a few years now. I'm hoping that it's getting its act together with renewables. Should have been getting involved in renewables a long time ago. Um, Hopefully it's better late than never. It seems to me that this city and probably this country um, repeatedly misses opportunities. Like we should have taxed the hell out of oil. We didn't. Norway did. And now we're behind on renewables compared to other countries. But hopefully we're getting our ass in gear. So I'm hopeful that Aberdeen's turning a corner and the renewable energy industry is going to be um, the knight in shining armor for this area, and that we won't see, when mining stopped in the north of England, towns like Coventry turned into ghost towns. I'm hopeful that that's not going to happen to us here because we do finally seem to be pulling our finger out with renewable energy.
Yeah, yeah. Sort of moving away a little bit from these sort of things, I suppose not, well, kind of negative things, I suppose, in regards to, you were sort of saying like how that you hope it doesn't go that way. So let's look at some positive things, and let's look at success then. Who's the first person that comes to mind when you think about success then?
Sure. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll cheat and I'll give you two answers. I'll give you a business answer, which is Alex Hormezy, who I'm guessing a lot of your audience probably don't know of. If you just look up Alex Hormezy, he's a really interesting guy. He had absolutely nothing, and he started a business where he helped gym owners basically pull in tons of clients and turn around their gym businesses. And now the guy is worth hundreds of millions, and is a business advisor. He acquires businesses, scales them up, and sells them. So look him up. He's a really interesting guy. He's very active on socials. And then non-business, David Attenborough. He was always my hero growing up. Still is. Love the guy. What he has done to bring environmental issues to the forefront among sort of the general population who otherwise wouldn't be interested is phenomenal. And he's still going, and he's in his mid-90s. He's an absolute legend. And so, you know, he's had a career that has not only had an impact on the world, clearly, but an incredibly long career where he's experienced a whole load of interesting things. So surely that is the definition of success.
Yeah, I think a lot of our viewers would definitely agree with you there. David Attenborough, and a national treasure, as he's often described as. Yeah, he's now, I think you said he's in his 90s, isn't he?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Do you want to have a long career like that? Do you want to be working as long as you're doing something that you love? Do you want to be working for that long, or hoping to retire
Uh,
sooner, or work less?
it depends how you define work, you
Yeah.
know? Because does he even work, or does he just do stuff that he enjoys, you know?
Hmm.
Uh, so do I want to still be doing meaningful things that make a difference when I'm old? Yeah. Um, will I even live into my 90s? Don't know. But you know, I guess the short answer is I want to have a meaningful impact for as long as possible, whether that is formally working or just doing things that are important to me and the issues I'm interested in. I don't want to be like working full full weeks, you know, much past my 60s. Um, I hope to be in a position where I can kind of pick and choose what I want to do, especially because pensions aren't going to be that good by the time I'm that old anyway.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me about it. Yeah. So, um, when you were growing up, is this what you always sort of envisaged yourself doing, or was it were you sort of pushed more towards that oil and gas first, or what was it when you were
Sure.
younger? Was it always this?
No, I had no idea I'd become an entrepreneur. I followed the, you know, get your head down, do well at school, go to university, do well, get a job kind of path. Um, it was only, you know, something that then kicked me um, into action that caused me to start my business. I wasn't like, you know, those kids who are sort of mowing their neighbor's lawns for extra pocket money. They're always hustling. I wasn't one of those. It was only, I didn't start my first business until I was nearly 28. So, yeah, I didn't think I would start my own business at all.
Yeah, yeah. Um, what has been the most influential book that you've ever read?
Oh, that's easy. That's the E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. That book was the first version, the E-Myth, I think was written in the 80s, and then the revisited version in the early 90s. It's an absolute classic. I read it like twice a year. It is it's about the basic principles on which to build a business which is going to last and sustain into the future. And I recommend everyone reads it, even if you are, you know, a wildly successful person doing like nine figures. Read that book if you haven't already read it. It's an absolute classic.
Yeah, yeah. Has there been times in your career or time as a business owner where you've went to this book for some advice, and what's been the best advice that you've got from this book?
Work on your business, not in your business. So build systems and processes and build a team to take care of the day-to-day so that you aren't stuck doing the nitty-gritty stuff that you shouldn't be doing. As the owner of a business, you should be delegating and taking care of high-value tasks. That's not to say I still don't put out fires and deal with nitty-gritty stuff every day. Of course I do, because I'm not perfect. But I'm always trying to do my best to get out of the weeds and into a more sort of visionary role where I'm not bogged down in that kind of busy work.
Yeah, yeah. Excellent. I think it's a very good recommendation there. And finally then, thank you very much. I've got one last question for you. If you could give any sort of advice to business owners out there that have been running their own business for a long time, or maybe even people that are thinking of starting up their own business, what would be your best piece of advice for them?
Sure. Couple of things, I guess, is just start. So don't wait for the perfect moment because it doesn't exist, right? Take risks, calculate risks, not silly risks. Learn from what you fail. Take small steps. So think about what you need to know now. Don't worry about stuff that you don't need to know much further down the line. And then the next thing is make sure that you're building a brand. You know, your business should be represented by a brand identity that makes people feel something about your business, makes them know, like, and trust your business and consider that you're an authority in whatever industry you're in and want to come back to you for more of whatever your product or service is. So it's not just a business, it's a brand.
Brilliant. Brilliant pieces of advice there, I think, from Ben. So thank you very much. We're going to wrap things up here. So thank you very much, Ben. Much appreciated.
Sure, not at all. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you very much for watching another Business Spotlight interview. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye now.